We got Journey, Brinley, Tristan, and Talon. They're trying to get me.
We're gonna take out the stitches from my foot. Tonight. Today is our first day back. We did get home, I think around 11:30 or noon, and we were so tired. So we unloaded the car and we all just slept. Got it for a little bit, did some stuff, and then we went back to sleep and we all slept so much. So everybody, I think, feels pretty refreshed today. I had to get up early in the morning and hop in the car. I'm gonna head down to the hospital because I'm gonna take out the stitches from my foot. So that's how we're gonna start today, but then we've got all this other stuff that we're doing.
We're at it again. I am back out here with Charles. We're milling up some redwood. And what's happening is neighbor 2 houses down, give or take, had a big, huge redwood that fell. And that's this whole mess right here that I came over and cleaned up and limbed up for her because she wanted it off the house. I hit her gutter over here. I'm like, well, I could take the redwood for free and have a guy come out and mill it. And she's like, fine by me. So here's the redwood. We're gonna be milling and getting the purple, the middle of it. They call it the heart, and we're going to use it for my fence, the other half, the back half. And I'm going to make 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 thick. 1 1/4 thick by about 13 feet long. That way I can cut them as the boards go. Whatever we can get out of this 8-foot chunk that's manageable for a couple tables. Why not? You can always have tables. So right now Charles is leveling the unit, and then we're just going to roll them up, put them on the ding, and right up onto the beach. So that's what we're doing.
I just pulled up to the hospital and I have a couple minutes. I don't know why, but when I was driving over here, this thought came into my head. I used to have my belly button pierced a long time ago, and when I used to take it out, it would make me really woozy and like super lightheaded. I don't know why, it was like the weirdest thing. I was thinking about them pulling out the stitches and I instantly started getting like nauseous. And so I'm like setting myself up for a failure over here, which is so weird because I feel like I'm pretty good with anything. I've dealt with people profusely bleeding at our house from getting injured and all kinds of things, and I feel like I could handle all of it totally fine. Like, I don't mind bandaging people up and dealing with all that, but for some reason when it comes to myself, I'm like, it makes me queasy. We're gonna go ahead and do this. I just wanted to share that. Oh. Town in here. I'm like, why is it so quiet? And I realized because it's Sunday. They don't usually have appointments on Sunday. No one. I'm all checked in. The lighting here is always so awful, but okay. I'm just waiting. They said it's gonna be a while, which is crazy because there's literally nobody in here, so I don't know what's going on. Like maybe the doctor's at lunch or something. But I'm just gonna give you a little heads up. So the next couple of clips are gonna be of my foot. So if you find it gross to see people's feet and or stitches on their foot or whatever, then don't watch. Maybe fast forward a certain ways. I don't know. I'm actually really happy with the way that it healed, even though you can see the middle stitch that was supposed to be right here. It got ripped out and it ripped up to here. And my foot was bleeding a bunch, so I got out of the water because hello, shark attack. And then somehow between that time, it's trying to focus on my fingernail that needs to be painted. Between the time when it got ripped up here, it kind of just went back and then bundled up with this one. So you can see that gap. That gap was never there before. So I guess it ripping and bleeding wasn't that big of a deal. It looked bad at the time, but now it actually looks fine. So this is what it looks like, and then they're gonna try to cut the stitches out, but I don't know, like this girl's saying, oh, they might need to stand a little bit longer, but she didn't even look at my foot, so I don't know what she's saying. But to make this quick because they're coming in, but I don't know why nothing with me can ever just be simple. It always has to be like difficult. But they're telling me that these were supposed to come out on day 10 and I'm at day 13. So they were supposed to have already come out, but that doesn't make any sense because the hospital told me Saturday to take them out and it's Sunday morning because they couldn't get me in yesterday. So I don't know what the drama is with that. And then there's this huge discrepancy with my tetanus shot. They were freaking out that I didn't get one. All right, thank you.
The big log is up. First problem we got is there's some rot. So we're gonna probably just mill this into some tables we can utilize out of this. But apparently I got way more wood than I need to do fence posts. So we're gonna cut a few extra, make some big true 2x6s out of this.
To my car. That hurt really bad. Instead of just like going in and them taking the stitches out, they were freaking out that I didn't have a tetanus shot. And I honestly didn't really know, because I had assumed that once I was pregnant with Jaspen, I had gotten up to date on everything, because there's a lot of stuff that I was missing. Also, 10 years ago exactly, which they last for 10 years, my cat bit me in the hand and my hand swelled and I ended up hospitalized because I had a blood infection from her biting me and all this stuff. And it was like a very crazy time. It was right when I met Tyler, and I know I had a tetanus shot at that time, but that was at the verge of the cutoff, so I really wasn't sure. So they had to look through all this stuff, and then finally they found that I did have a tetanus shot when I was pregnant with Jaspen in January, so it was right before I had her. So that was that. And then they sent the nurse lady in to cut out the stitches, and I was so glad that it wasn't the first nurse that came in, because that one was so negative. A couple other things that she said too that I was like, what? He looked at my foot and was like, might not even be time to take the stitches out. You might have to come back. And I'm like, really? Because I'm pretty sure I'm over the day. And the nurse came in to take the stitches out, and she's like, her and the doctor both said, oh yeah, your stitches, your skin's starting to grow over your stitches, and it's gonna be hard to get these out. And I'm like, no, because it's supposed to be, today is supposed to be the day to get them out, like the day after. So when she started cutting out the stitches, they had already grown into my foot, so it was very painful. She had to rip my skin to get them out, and it was bleeding, and it was just like not good. So I'm supposed to not get my foot wet at all for the next 24 hours, and I have to go work outside when I get home. So I'm gonna put some socks, some tennis shoes on, be fully protected, and get this stuff done. So let's head to the grocery store. We are out of milk and main things, so let's head over there.
Finishing the 1 8-foot chunk right now, and then I gotta go, but he's got the other two. He's gonna make into 1 1/4 by 6 true by about 13 feet long, so that I can cut them and bend them to my arc around my fence so it looks cleaner. So imagine you have, you got your straight fence, boom, you can use 2x6s for that. Well, then I have a piece that goes and does a bend, and I want to have 2 boards. So if there's a board here, board here, board here, board here at 6 feet apart, I want to have this board go over to this board for 1 layer, and then we'll cut 1 to here and then do another 12-foot board to here. This one will go to 12, then this one will go to 12, and the middle one will then continue to the further one, so that way we're not screwing into every single board. Hopefully that makes sense and you didn't get confused. Did you? Some may have. But anyway, it's just a more cleaner, neater, prettier look. got Journey, Brinley, Tristan, and Talon. They're trying to get me, right? But you can't get out of the water. And the first person to grab a hold of my neck and hang on wins. Now, you might be wondering, what do you win?
Do I get to play?
No, you're too big. I just want little camels and mules. Hold on, not yet. We haven't started yet. I have to get in position. A lamb. Wait, what's a lamb called?
A lamb?
No, a baby one.
A lamb?
A lamb, whatever. A fawn, a doe, whatever you want to call them. Those baby thingies. So, okay, there's no getting out of the water because you like to get out of the water. You have to chase me, and we'll see how long it takes. And whoever wins gets. What do you guys want if you win? A piece of pizza?
Toy.
Or I can throw you high in the air in the water? Oh, are you in on this too?
Yeah.
Oh, she's in on it. All right, you're the judge. You're the referee, you understand? You blow that princess spoon well if they cheat.
As your goggles. Journey!
She tricked me! She distracted me in my goggles! I didn't see her! I tried to bring free Journey! Good job! Alright, that was 6.5 minutes of unstopping swimming. Oh man, my side hurts. My injury on my pec muscle. Okay, hold on. I will in a second. Let me sit down for a second and get my energy. What do you have to say for being the winner?
Throw me super duper high.
Yeah, she said threw me super duper high. Ready, jump. Remember all that wood that we milled the other day? Well, here it is in the flesh. So we got all the 2x6s. Charles even cut me a couple 2x4s, as that's what was left. A couple, looks like 2x8s or 1 1/4, 1 1/2 by 8s. We got 6 huge tabletops, and the fence posts are 13 feet long. So that way we can cut them down to size as we're bending it around the fence. So we have our straight fence right here that's done. But if you look up there, you see how it bends to the left. Yeah, it follows the road, so we have to get the boards to bend to that. So it's gonna be a little more than 12 feet. So we have enough room to make the thing work. And we got a huge gate that's gonna be going in where this road, these 3x3s end. You can see the dirt. Eric's with me all day. Eric feels good. He gets to drive home all sexy and sleep. Yeah. Oh, you are grainy. Let's zoom that back out. Yeah, we got the kids out here goofing off. That's it. That's what we did today. 12.5, 13 hours of straight labor coming to an end. I'm glad to get that redwood over here. Oh, it's so sweet. When you mill your own wood, it's just so satisfying. I didn't really mill it, but you know, I helped. You saw.